Hey, good morning, Choice Residential. Hope your day's off to a wonderful start. Today, I want to share with you a $450,000 mistake that an agent made, as well as additional reinforcement to show you and demonstrate why it's so important that you communicate often with your database, not just during the transaction, but most importantly, after the transaction. All right, let me start with this one. So, the new CEO of the Raleigh Regional Association of Realtors was given a presentation or was on a panel over at the board, and I was in that meeting. And she told a story. She used to be with the Miami-Dade Association of Realtors, whatever that association is called. It's the largest association of realtors in the country, the largest local board. They have over 65,000 realtors that are members there. To keep that perspective, we have about 13,000 that are members of RRAR. So, anyway, she was, I think, vice president of that association. And she was telling a story. She is not a practicing agent. So she was out somewhere, a grocery store, wherever it was, restaurant, I don't know. But she got into a conversation with somebody that she met there, and it turned to real estate. The person was just moving to town and had asked her if she had any recommendations. Well, being that she worked for the board, she did have recommendations, and she recommended this person to a particular agent. Got his information and later followed up and got them connected. The agent helped this person find a rental. So it wasn't a purchase at this time, a rental, but it was a $10,000 rental. So no small rental. I don't know what commission the agent made for that. Couldn't have been too much, but nevertheless helped place them into a $10,000 rental. Well, about 6 months later, uh, this our CEO, the person who worked for the board of realtors, and this customer ran into each other again. And she at first didn't recognize him. He recognized her, came up to her and said, "Hey, thank you again for that recommendation. You may not remember me, but you connected me with so and so, this agent." She said, "Oh, great. Well, how was it? How did they do?" "Oh, well, they did a really good job. I really enjoyed working with them, but I never heard from them again after I got into my rental." And she said, "Oh, okay. Well, that's too bad." He said, "Yeah." He said, "I ended up buying a property just about 6 weeks ago, and I ended up using somebody else." He said, "Lots of agents were communicating with me. Lots of people were continuing to follow up with me, but this agent never did, which is too bad. I enjoyed working with him, but I ended up working with somebody else." She said, "Oh, okay. Well, congratulations. Where'd you move?" And he ended up buying an $18 million home. If you do the math on a 2.5% commission, I don't know what the buyer agent commission was, but let's just say it was 2.5% on an $18 million home. It's a $450,000 commission that the agent missed out on because after placing him in the rental, that agent did not follow up. A $450,000 mistake over the course of less than 6 months that all this agent had to do was check in a week after they moved into the rental, call them up. "Hey, how's everything going? Anything I can help you with?" A month later, saying, "Oh, I was over in your neighborhood, was just thinking about you. Hope things are going well." Could have put them on a mailing campaign, direct mail campaign, something to stay in touch. So that highlights how critically important it is. You never know what future business or future opportunities are going to come from people that know you in a real estate capacity. So it is critical that you stay in touch with not only the people in your sphere of influence, but especially your past clients, as those are the most likely people to be repeat clients with you and to refer business to you as well. Now, I'm going to share one more story that is more local. The lady who is the president of our Raleigh Regional Association, during that same panel, shared another story that happened here locally. And one of her colleagues, an agent that she works with at her firm, they were out at an event, something town related. I don't remember which town, but something like a chamber event. And they were at this event, and someone walked up to her colleague and said, "Hey, I'm so and so. You may not remember me, but you helped me buy a house about 10 years ago. We really loved working with you. Just saw you, wanted to say hello." And he just, "Oh, that's great. That's great. What have you been up to? And, are you still living over at that house?" And they said, "Oh, well, no, we've actually moved a few times. So we sold that house and bought one. And then we ended up selling that one a few years later and bought another one." And so went through this, and there were 5 or 6 transactions that came out of it that this agent didn't get. So that agent obviously wasn't a part of those transactions. They didn't even know that they had sold that first house. And so that client walked away, and the agent looked at the lady woman who's currently our president and just put their head face in their hand and said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I didn't follow up with that person. I missed out on all those transactions." And this person obviously had no ill will towards the agent, uh, came up to them and said hello during this event. But the fact that the agent did not stay in touch, there was all that business that they left on the table. And that's just one client. How many opportunities has this agent missed over the course of their career because they were not consistently following up? So when I talk about that SOI follow-up plan, when I talk about utilizing direct mail and other strategies, you can see how critically important it is for not only your current business, but future business as well. So your future self will thank you if you today sit down and put together a plan to make sure you are consistently communicating with your database. So hopefully these stories will resonate a little bit with you, inspire you, and motivate you to effectively, efficiently communicate with your sphere of influence. If you have favorite ways that you like to communicate with your database, please put them in the comments below. And always remember, it's not just that it's salesmanship. You're not just trying to make money and get business from them. You know that you are the right agent for them when they need to transact in real estate. So it's your job to make sure that they don't forget about you and that you are there for them when they need you. And that takes consistent follow up. So hopefully that resonates. And as always, until next time, take care.